plan. Looking at the demographics of Uganda having a population of 40 million people right in the center of Africa, it has got a very good advantage in terms of building a hub here.
For those of you in aviation will probably know this man. He is a Zambian CEO boss based in Uganda that was fired, and now he has been incarcerated. With the help of the police, the former Ugandan Airlines chief executive officer, Mr. Malaya, has been arrested as of Tuesday for disobeying the IGG's orders contrary to Section 35 of the Inspectorate Government Act 2002 of Uganda. So basically, it's in regards to Mr. Malaya between May and June 2022 willfully and without reasonable justification or excuse refused to comply with an order of the Inspectorate of Government dated May 23rd, 2022, where he was required in attendance to give evidence and produce documents to the Inspectorate of Government regarding mismanagement of public funds, procurements, and recruitment of staff at the Uganda Airlines. The charge sheet signed by the Deputy IGG, Patricia Achan Akira, whose copy has been seen in this documentation. Mr. Malaya was among the officials involved in the revival of the airline of Uganda. He is a Zambian national who ventured into aviation since 1995 as a general manager and CEO of Air Botswana Corporation for 8 years. He moved on to Air Mauritius and worked as a CEO for Zambezi Airlines in Zambia and then ALS in Kenya. Then he was also contracted as a CEO of Air Uganda, and it is sad that he has been arrested. And none of our news media pages in Zambia have picked up on this, and I think we need to know more. As of 2013, he was contracted as a CEO of Air Uganda. He was thereby, working for over 23 years experience as a, aviation man, very intelligent, brilliant person, and he wows a lot of people with his experience, his expertise. I'll share a video of him speaking so you can just get to know this man.
Uganda Airlines is a very young airline, as you know. It only started commercial flights at the beginning of September. And basically, it has a plan to operate both regional within Africa as well as connect Uganda to overseas markets. His business plan is pretty simple and graduated. It is to capitalize on its core market, which is the regional market. And for this, we have purchased 4 CRJ 900 aircraft with 76 seats in a 2-class configuration. These aircraft are brand new to give it longevity as well as to ensure that the product is good for the customers that have experienced it. So essentially, out of this regional market, we are going to operate within Africa to about 17 or 18 destinations, connecting Uganda with direct flights. Our hub is Entebbe. So from all these countries, we will be connecting between East African countries, Southern Africa, West Africa, Central Africa, bringing people through Entebbe to connect them to other destinations abroad. In December this year, we received the first of our 2 A330-800s, which are the long-haul aircraft under the plan. These aircraft are going to be used to connect Uganda to overseas markets. So initially, the 3 routes that we are targeting, which is London, Dubai, as well as the Asian market in China. And initially, because this is where most of the traffic through Uganda goes. So we are providing the connectivity that is required for both traders, development of tourism, for the business traveler, for the local market as well, for the visitors within Africa to promote tourism with neighboring countries. That is essentially the plan. Uganda, looking at the demographics of Uganda having a population of 40 million people right in the center of Africa, it has got a very good advantage in terms of building a hub here. Currently, out of Uganda, when you look at traffic, 60% of the traffic that passes through here is generated from Uganda. So this year we are talking of 1.8, nearly 2 million travelers out of Entebbe. Out of these, the 60% are Ugandans, so over 1 million are locally sourced. And this is the market that we are going to currently serve and focus on to give them the right schedule out of Uganda, the right type of quality in terms of planes and product, as well as the right pricing, which is cost effective for them to get to their journeys where they want to. When you look at overseas markets, obviously traditionally business was always with the Europeans out of here.
So in April 2021, he was sent an official document, I think, to leave, and he was put on suspension. And this was after the Works Minister of Uganda, Edward Katumba Wamala, sent him this official document, and he was forced to be on leave and suspension. So they were suspended on the orders of President Museveni to pave a way for investigations into allegations of financial mismanagement, collusion, and nepotism in staff recruitment, among other issues. Mr. Malaya's contract was therefore terminated after 9 months suspension. Mr. Malaya's arrest comes days after mediation processes. So the mediation is an agreeable solution in the shillings of a 3.3 billion case between him and Uganda Airlines collapsed last month. So the case was then referred to the industrial court for disposal, given that no Uganda Airlines or government official appeared at the scheduled mediation meetings. So Ugandan Airlines did not appear on 2 consecutive occasions. We hope they appear in the industrial court. Otherwise, the case will proceed to be heard and determined in their absence. This was written by Mr. Fred. That was his speech, where he also stated that they should defend the actions that they took. That is how issues will be resolved. Mr. Moema, is it Fred Moema? He's the one who said this, whose law firm Moema Co. and Advocate Solicitors is the one representing Mr. Cornwell Malaya, who is challenging his sacking from Uganda Airlines. And this was told on the publication on the 5th of May 2022. But the Wakiso District Labour Office had on 21st April invited representatives from Uganda Airlines and Mr. Malaya for mediation in a case in which the former chief executive officer is seeking compensation over alleged illegal sacking. So he's actually asking for compensation because he was illegally sacked. And during the court intervention, which was in Uganda on the 28th of March, there was a letter written to the Ministry of Works seeking for compensation up to a tune of 3.3 billion shillings, a payment of salary arrears, gratuity, untaken leave, reimbursement of fuel, telephone and tour expenses, repatriation allowances, and damages, among others. He also demands for immediate reinstatement into his job, which he loves so much, and a conditional apology for the material inconvenience, reputational damage, and loss that he has suffered. From the sound of this whole case, it looks like Mr. Malaya is complaining that he was illegally sacked, and we wish him the best in the future. Hi guys, thanks so much for watching my YouTube channel. It's Golela Mutams, also known as Global Z. I had an amazing time here at the YouTube Space London here at King's Cross St. Pancras, and you guys too can also come here if you reach 10,000 subscribers and have so many opportunities like I have. It's a girl in my terms, also known as Global Z.